thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to thank you for your kind words about our former chairman, and I would echo those sentiments. We all appreciate the work of Chairman Cummings over the years in his time in Congress and his time out of Congress as well, the great things that he was involved in and causes he was involved in fighting for. And I would urge all my colleagues to be here tomorrow afternoon when this room will be dedicated to the late chairman. I want to also thank you, Chairman Maloney, for calling this hearing, and thank you for all our witnesses who are here today. The right to vote in free and fair elections is a bedrock principle of American democracy. Through various constitutional amendments, the right to vote has been expanded to all citizens, regardless of race, color, gender, and age. Requirement has been lowered actually to 18 years old. The most recent expansion took place in 1986 when Congress passed a law allowing U.S. service members to vote while stationed overseas. These federal actions to improve voting rights are important, but we must remember that voting has traditionally been and should remain a state and local responsibility. Some groups argue that voting is too hard, that it is too complicated, that these complications drive voters away. However, recent study contradicts these claims. According to the study conducted by the Knight Foundation, only 8% of non-voters said they did not have time to make it to the polls, and only 5% said they did not vote because they were not registered. Additionally, only 8% said they did not vote because it was too complicated, and only 3% said that changing the registration process would actually motivate them to vote. In fact, almost 90% of voters surveyed by the Knight Foundation said that voting was easy. As states work to ensure that access to voting is fair, we should not forget about threats to election integrity. We must ensure that every eligible citizen's vote is counted and that votes are not stolen or diluted through voter fraud. Today, the Democrats are going to try to paint a picture of mass voter suppression by releasing 13 cherry-picked documents from over 1.3 million pages in their months-long investigation into the 2018 midterm elections. They're going to say these documents show a coordinated attempt to suppress minority votes. But in fact, they do not. These documents show little more than election officials attempting to ensure honest and secure elections. That's what their job is. That's their responsibility. They show these officials doing their job by ensuring only citizens are voting, by ensuring only eligible voters are on the voter rolls, and by taking any allegation of cybercrime seriously. And one of the most backward allegations, the Democrats argued that the state of Georgia should not have contacted authorities regarding a potential cyber attack. They argued that because Georgia did not produce proof of the attack to the committee, that the attack did not occur. That claim is just ridiculous. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is currently looking into the matter, and cybersecurity experts unanimously found that there was an attempted breach of the voter rolls. The release of these documents is simply a smokescreen to distract from serious issues in our elections, like voter fraud. In 2018, California falsely registered 23,000 voters, including almost 2,000 non-citizens. This is no minor issue. 23,000 votes could have changed the outcome of the 2016 presidential election in Michigan, New Hampshire, Wisconsin, or Nevada. In New York, there have been 25 convictions for voter fraud-related offenses, including false registrations and duplicate voting. In Maryland, there have been 8 voter fraud convictions, and I could go on and on. Voter fraud is a real issue that needs to be addressed. Any discussion about relaxing voter requirements should also include how states are going to defend against voter fraud. I hope we can discuss this important aspect here today as well. Again, I would like to thank all our witnesses being here today, and we look forward to your testimony. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back.